Amigos de Agente 305, aquí estamos nada más y nada menos que sobre la edición en 2021 del Santa Anita Derby. Michelle, it's so nice to have you here in Agente 305. It was a pleasure to meet you back in Saudi. And now we are already, the time has been passing by like very fast. We are already almost 1 month for the Kentucky Derby.
I know it's going by so quick, and the last week was a whirlwind of Derby preps. This weekend's going to be a whirlwind of Derby preps, and then all of a sudden it's going to be Derby time, and then we're going to be blinking, and then it's going to be Breeders' Cup.
That is correct. And today there's a lot of excitement actually happening in Santa Anita Park because this is the first day that you're going to actually get in some attendance and public that are going to be there, right?
Yeah, I've been super excited to be welcoming back fans this weekend at Santa Anita. We sold out, I think, I heard in like 6 minutes we sold out our capacity on track. So I think that's super fun. They're going to have some food trucks here. And I know that people are just aching to get back to the Great Race Place.
I don't doubt it. There's a lot of emotion and attention towards this. Is a weekend that is going to be key for those horses that are going to be in the starting gate for May 1st. So in Santa Anita Derby, when we talk about a little bit about history, the last Triple Crown winner actually the previous won race that he actually won was justified in 2018, the Santa Anita Derby. Bob Buffer is the man that knows all about this race. How's your experience? You have witnesses so many horses win this race. Which is the one that you like the most so far?
Oh, that is such a hard question. I wish you had prepped me for that to think about it. I honestly, I go back to like back in the day, like when I was growing up and watching like Personal Hope. That was like one of my favorites. So, I go back to like those times. I feel like now when I'm watching them, I still get chills when I watch the races that now, but I feel so much more familiar. And when I go back in the day, like when I was a girl watching these races, it meant something different. Right now, it's like watching my friends run and like being excited and this is amazing and I love it. And seeing a horse like to go on and do well, especially like when you got to watch, a horse like Justify and then go on to be as good as he was, you think like I kind of saw him at the beginning. But when I think about my favorite races, I always think about when I was younger.
I imagine. So we are ready for tomorrow's Santa Anita Derby 2021 edition. There's 10 horses races. Which is your take so far for this race?
So in the Santa Anita Derby, right, all of a sudden this race got to be really good. Originally it was going to be Bob Baffert's big horse, Life is Good. It was still going to be Medina Spirit. And then it was going to be like maybe 2 other horses, including Rock Your World. When Life is Good came out of the race because he had to have the ankle surgery, all of a sudden there are a ton of horses saying, you know what, I'm going to throw down. I want to put my hat into the ring. So obviously that's good from a betting standpoint and it's good from a fan standpoint. And it's definitely good from the racetrack standpoint because we want to see more horses competing. We already did lose one. Roman Centurion is not going to go in the Santa Anita Derby. Simon Callahan was not pleased with the way he's been training, so they're going to regroup with him and probably ship him out of town for his next start. He did draw the rail as well, and now that leaves Dream Shake along the rail. I've been a big Medina Spirit fan. I've been on his bandwagon since before he even ran his first race after watching him in the mornings. I've just been a huge tag-along of his. Every time he's run against Life is Good, I have chosen Medina Spirit, so I can't not choose Medina Spirit. So for me, I feel like it's going to be Medina Spirit's race to lose. He finished second in the San Felipe last time out. 2 Life is Good, but there's no Life is Good in here. I love the fact that he's versatile. I think last time his job was more to run a little bit of interference, and Johnny V kind of kept him wide. He honestly didn't even ask him to let the top of the stretch. I think that this horse can get a much better trip today, being able to kind of think about his A game rather than another horse's A game. So I'm still going to go Medina Spirit, but I guarantee you the horse that's going to be taking all the money is Rock Your World for Herodes Racing and John Sadler. He's a perfect 2 for 2. He is already a stakes winner, but both of those races were on turf. He's going to try dirt for the first time, but he trains super well over the dirt. He actually just schooled here maybe 25 minutes ago. And holy wow, did he look great. I put a video of him on my Twitter. He just looked phenomenal. I mean, from a pedigree standpoint, he should be just fine to try the main track. And I know all of the wise guys are onto this horse, so you're not going to get a very good price, but I think that he absolutely stands a chance to be able to win the Santa Anita Derby.
Yeah, I agree actually with you. I was doing some handicapping for the race, and Rock Your World caught my attention. The only
Mm-hmm.
big concern will be like the turf experience that he don't have any on the dirt. But as you mentioned, if he's showing some spectacular physical form, definitely you have to take in care in consideration.
Yeah, I mean you have to look at horses like that, especially at this time of the year, right? This is a perfect time to try it out. I mean, you're going to get a good field of good horses, so you'll know right away where you stack up and if you should move on towards the Derby or go back to turf. And if it's a go back to turf scenario, he's still got an entire turf series at Del Mar to worry about. Like I said, perfect time of the year for them to try something different.
If I have to ask you, your top three towards 1 month away from the Kentucky Derby, which will be those top three?
I want to wait until after this weekend. I mean, obviously over here, like I said, I'm a big Medina Spirit fan, so I'm on his bandwagon. I hope that he runs really well. Watching horses from other jurisdictions, even though he's based locally, Concert Tour, I thought was super impressive, and I think he's going to be probably the best Bob Baffert that he'll send out. So I got two Bob Bafferts in my top three already. Sorry, and then I'm really intrigued this weekend to see Weyburn. He won last time out, and it was coming off a long layoff, and he had so many things that he could have still, not run as gritty as he did. I love a horse with tenacity, and he's got a lot of tenacity. So he runs in the wood this week. It's a really good field. So if he runs well on the wood, I'm firmly putting him in my top three.
One of the top stables is Godolphin. Godolphin has been dreaming to win the Kentucky Derby. If you see it in the mathematical way, they already have three horses in. And
Mm-hmm.
if Prevalence have a good run tomorrow, they're going to have four. Uh, which of those four do you feel that maybe could have the better chance?
Well, I mean, you have to say it's essential quality because, he's got the foundation. He raced so many times at two. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's a perfect 4 for 4. My biggest beef with essential quality is I feel like the horses he beat in the Southwest were a little bit suspect. And this weekend as well in the Bluegrass, also suspect to me. I mean, you look at the field and you're like, meh, meh, meh. If this horse doesn't win by 5, I'm just thinking like, do I really love him or not? Now, maybe he does it in a canter with his ears up, and so you have to kind of play how he wins. But from a standpoint of who is your most logical, it is him, right? He's got the experience, he's got the foundation, and he's a champion coming into the Kentucky Derby with a perfect record as of now. But Kentucky Derby, you have to be battle tested. And I really like it when a horse can throw down. So the fact that this horse never has to do that could mean, that's detrimental to him if he's head and head coming down the lane in the Kentucky Derby all of a sudden.
What's your take on the Dubai World Cup that we just have 1 week away?
I thought the Dubai World Cup, honestly was a good night. I couldn't believe I got Mishriff at 8-1 to win the Shima. I was thrilled about that. I was a little disappointed in the actual World Cup itself. I know everyone loved Mystic God, and I'm a huge Mike Stidham fan, so I'm thrilled for him. But I was really on the military law bandwagon, and I liked him in the Saudi Cup as well. Unfortunately, he slid under the gate and was gone, so he didn't even get to run. I think he really could have rebounded. So overall, it was an okay the actual World Cup itself was just okay. I think we could have used a couple more horses of some higher caliber. But sometimes horses go different places and that's what happens. I loved Rebels Romance's run in the UAE Derby. I thought that was phenomenal. I actually liked that horse in Saudi as well, and he disappointed me there. It'd be great if he came to the Kentucky Derby. Although the UAE Derby hasn't had any, horses go on to win the Derby, I feel like that race has given us a lot of fan favorites, right? Mendelssohn, Thunder Snow, Lonnie. I mean, horses come out of there that Americans really gravitate towards. But
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Appleby has still been kind of on the fence about if they're going to go there or not. His whole thing is we're going to work backwards from World Cup 2022. I don't know if running in the Kentucky Derby would be detrimental to you running in the World Cup in a year, but who knows? So I trust it in Charlie to do whatever he thinks is right, and maybe it'll be another Triple Crown race. But overall, I thought that horse ran super good. The thing about him, though, is if he comes here, they kept him pretty wide out of the kickback and all that. And I just don't think that'll be a possible trip for him in Kentucky.
Michelle, you have been a fan horse lover from since you were a little girl. What it
Hmm.
means to horse racing?
Everything. Horse racing is life to me. I mean, my husband trains, we break babies. I'm at the track all the time. My kids are at the track. This is a great spot, and I love everything about it. I love the horses, I love the people, I love watching the races, I love being at the barn. I mean, I literally live and breathe horse racing.
What's your favorite horse?
Of all time, oh, I'm so bad at picking just one. Well, my favorite horse of recent time has definitely been Wise Dan. I'm a huge Dan fan, and I love to follow him along. And I was really close with the Loprestes, so getting to see him be as successful as he was fantastic. I remember before he'd even run, I was a successful Dan fan. And Charlie took me in the barn one day, and we were talking, and he's like, "And this is the little brother, and he's going to be just as good." And he hadn't done anything yet, so that was really cool looking back on that. Big Goldakova fan for a long time. Getting to see her was pretty phenomenal. I even went all the way to Royal Ascot to get to see her run. So she means a lot to me. And like older horses, I really loved Best Pal. Best Pal was an awesome horse when I was first getting around horse racing, and he was here. So he always has a special place in my heart. And Holy Bull. So I can't give you one, but there's four of my favorites.
But that's good. That means that your love and your heart is big for all the horses.
Oh yes, my heart is definitely big enough for all these horses.
Michelle, it has been a pleasure to have you here. It was a quick touch to talk a little bit about the Santa Anita Derby, and I just take advantage and dig a little bit more about your
No problem.
passion for horse racing.
Oh, I'm glad I have plenty of passion to go around.
Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. I know there's already an excitement around all Santa Anita Park. And yeah, why not? Made in spirit tomorrow for the Santa Anita Derby. And look forward to being able to stay in touch and continue cheering all the horses that we love in this amazing world.
Sounds great. Thank you, Carlos.
Thanks to you, Michelle.